Hey everybody, Frank Chen here with REIClub.com, the only site you'll need as a real estate investor. Today I got a quick video for you. We're going to talk about some common myths that are associated with low-income housing and why they're not true. Now, like in all my videos, everything I talk about I include in the description below. Simply click show more and you can follow right along. So let's go ahead and dive right on into things. So the first myth we want to debunk is that most people think when it comes to low-income housing, you only deal with terrible tenants. Now, the reality of the situation is, while yes, there are some bad tenants in the bunch, probably of a higher percentage compared to say middle income housing, there is still a very solid core of people in low income areas. These are the same type of people who, if managed properly, so there's shared responsibility here, they're going to pay their rents on time, even live in your properties for several years. Now, the type of tenants you do find is going to be largely dependent on where the property is located, and the other half is your due diligence, okay, your tenant screening procedures. Because you can have a great house and a bad tenant, or a okay house and a great tenant, and vice versa. Again, it depends on your tenant screening process. Okay, so no, not all tenants are bad when it comes to low income housing. I know from experience. Two, okay, common myth number two is all in low income housing are the same, which is not true, because there are varying types of low-income housing. Not everything is located in the slums. You do have your war zone type areas, which we do encourage you to stay away from. These are the ones where you have cars on the lawns, you have bars on all the windows on the homes because of the crime. It's the type of area where you just drive in, you immediately feel like you have to lock the windows or lock the door just because you don't feel safe. I don't really need to tell you, you just need to know to stay away from those areas, right? But then you do also have your upper level areas where families will stay and pay rents for several years, okay? Just call your county housing authority, your city housing authority, and ask about Section 8 housing. It's a very common one. And remember, and ask them about the common zip codes, what areas are very, condensed with Section 8 housing, and drive by, give it a look, and educate yourself on understanding that not all homes are in the slums, okay? There are some really great areas with low-income housing type properties, okay? And the common myth number three, the last one we want to talk about, is only slumlords invest in low-income housing. Now, this one always rubs me the wrong way because my family and I, we've been investing in low-income housing for over 20 plus years, and trust me, we are not slumlords. We invest in decent homes in decent areas, 3-bedroom, 1.5, 2-bath. They tend to be a little bit older, 20, 30 years. We do fix them up, and what we do is we provide housing for people who are in need, usually single mothers with 2, 3 kids working 2 jobs and would not be able to afford any other type of housing for the type of house they're looking for, right? Because most of these families they have kids, they want a safe area, and a lot of our homes are located in good school districts, have a bus route and things like that. We take all of these into consideration because that's our target audience, okay? Now, believe it or not, most successful investors either have started with low-income housing, have either owned low-income housing at some point, or at least have been involved in low-income housing in one way or another. If you don't believe me, just ask them. See, I understand completely that low-income housing isn't for everyone, okay? It takes a very specific type of investor to be able to build wealth with low-income housing, but the opportunity is there. So definitely don't overlook it. If it's new to you, or you feel like your business is kind of plateaued, you're looking for something new, investigate this type of strategy. It works very well, and it also builds long-term wealth, okay? And again, this is Frank Chen with REIClub.com. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, leave comments below about what you thought about it. Click the like button because it really does help us out. But more importantly, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can keep you informed of when brand new videos just like this are posted every week. As usual, thank you so much for your time, your continued support. I do look forward to talking to you next week. Take care, good investing, and bye-bye.